Wrestle Story, wrestling fans. The Young Bucks challenge Santana and Ortiz. It should have been me, his brother, loses to Pop. Inner Circle breaking up. And Archer is a freak. All that and more coming up on the Wrestle Story. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after AEW, and every Friday after SmackDown. How's it going, everybody? Futuristic, how you doing? Jared, how you doing? Howdy, Johnny Lee, how you doing?
Howdy.
Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody.
Howdy.
There.
No, but you're like really loud.
Would you like me to like? Not...
No, I can't believe we already have 10 people in here. Hey, if you haven't hit the like button already, hit the like button. We only got 5 likes. There's 10 people in here. Hit the like button.
Who's the one that's like, you know?
Sus.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? So AEW. What did you think?
Solid show.
I have to put the tweet out.
Look, you said hit the like button and we lose like 3 viewers. No, 4 viewers.
Well, okay then.
How you doing, Jack?
Okay, that's fine. They just.
I thought the show tonight was solid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a solid show. I don't necessarily have any issues with what happened. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
No problem.
So let's get into it.
Okay, you go ahead.
Hello, Mrs. Gleen.
I'm going to put this tweet out real quick.
All right, so we start off with Darby Allin versus Joey Janela. Everybody, complained about this match, or a lot of people have complained about, why are they having this match? Here's the thing.
Okay, but I didn't complain though. I was just questioning why it was happening because it made absolutely no sense to me as to why it was happening.
First off,
why are we doing this? Because
I think Darby should be defending the title every week because it is the TNT Championship. I think it should be defended every week.
Well, okay, that's great, but they weren't doing that prior to this, and so they need to make it make sense
fine.
Though. That was my whole thing, but it was a really good match. I have no issue with them doing it.
So I think that, this was a sign of not doing the same thing over and over again. Not having, Darby versus one of Taz's guys. This is what they should be doing with wrestling. This is what WWE should be doing. It's something that's not done every week.
I'm gonna talk about the Taz.
So I'm
Darby
cool
Allin
with this
stuff. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute.
Well, so will I. And so I like what they're doing with this. I think it's interesting. I think it's cool. And it's not the same stuff every week.
I agree. It's not the same stuff. But the issue that I had with it going into it, I didn't have an issue with it after. I'm cool with them doing this. I don't care. But the thing that I was saying going into it is make it make sense. And if you're going to do Darby Allin and Joey Janela, then maybe don't just announce it the week before we're doing it. I mean, you can do that. But make it make sense as to why we're doing it. They just pulled Joey Janela out of the air. And we're like, hey, we're going to have you fight Darby. That's what that was. There was nothing to it.
Well, he was in town, so they said, Joey's in town tonight, so let's have him on here.
It was a really good match.
So I
really enjoyed it. Both Darby Allin and Joey Janela are stupid. Stupid crazy.
Yeah.
Okay? In a good way, but stupid nonetheless. But it was a good match. I didn't have any issues with it.
I thought it was a good match, too.
After, got going. Going into it, I was a bit huh? But it was a good match.
And again,
I think it was a good one to
I
open
like
with.
the fact that it's not the same thing every week. It's something different. It's something that's out there. You see somebody that's different, that's not necessarily on every week. That's being put out, even if he's going for a title.
Yeah.
The fact that he's just being put out there is cool. Mm-hmm. There was no build up to the match.
That was my point. Was that there was nothing to. They just announced the match out of nowhere, and I was like, "What?"
We complain about they do a lot of build up. Both AEW and WWE does that, and we complain about a lot of times because there's so much build up to a match. So, I'm cool because I remember watching wrestling when I was a kid, and they would just have a match like this that was just okay, next week, so-and-so is going to face, Ric Flair is going to face so-and-so. And you're like, well, there was no build-up to that match. Okay, well, so what? It was. The thing is it's something different. It's not the same thing over and over again.
Well, but
so I'm cool with it.
But the thing is it's not just a jobber match. Okay, it's like an actual match.
Yeah.
So.
Which is cool.
Giving some sort of something behind it might make it make a little more sense. It's not just like Ric Flair versus some nobody that's in that town.
But it's something you're seeing other talent being used.
Which I'm cool with. I have no issue with that. I'm not arguing
James,
that. I'm not arguing that point, dude. The point I'm arguing is that
you want to make
it make sense.
You want a 14-week build-up.
No, that's not what I'm asking for either. But make it make sense because they just pulled Joey Janela out of nowhere and gave him this TNT title match. He hasn't been wrestling on weekly TV. I don't even know that he's been on Dark. They just pulled him out of nowhere to have this match with Darby Allin.
Well,
and that's what made no sense to me going into it.
I think that he should be defending every week, and so we can't have a build-up every week. So I think that they should have.
Okay, but the thing is, if you're having him defend every week, like what Cody did, Cody had an open challenge, so we knew what was happening. He was going to defend every week. And it was going to be somebody different.
Well, I don't know.
There was something there, so we knew what was happening. They just threw this match together out of nowhere and did it on the show. But it was a good match, like I said.
You had a week to get ready to do your notes and prepare for it. You know? So, Futuristic says, I see what they're doing with Sammy and MJF, so what if Chris Jericho stops being the leader and let one of them two be the leader? So, like, Sammy versus MJF winner can be the leader. Sammy is out. He said, peace out, see you later, I'm out. I don't think he's going to be part of the inner circle. Dakota and Raquel versus Shotzi and Ember at TakeOver Vengeance in the Women's Dusty Cup Finals. That's interesting.
Dakota and Raquel are going to win, and then they're going to fight for the Tag Team Championships, and then they're going to win the Tag Team Championships, and I will no longer have to care about them.
Cameron Grimes tried to do a WCW Ric Flair promo. It was cringe. We'll have to watch NXT because, you know, everybody's saying it was decent. James, did Shotzi bleed from her eye? Only when she started to cry. Guess what? Remember, I was going to SummerSlam 2020, canceled. Then WrestleMania 37, canceled. Then SummerSlam 2021. Today, the plan for me to go was canceled there, too. So I'm now hopefully going to WrestleMania 38 in the place of my favorite president was shot.
Wow, that's nice.
Jack, that's just kind of depressing.
Whatever.
Have a kicking show, guys, and be safe. We got almost 41 inches of snow and 3 storms. Edge versus Balor should happen. They have similar styles and can burn it down. Also, Edge can help out next in the short, long term. Work in the AM. Thank you for being killer. Hey, thank you, Throwback. We appreciate that. We don't have 41 inches of snow, but we're supposed to have a bunch of snow over the next
snow?
3 or 4 days. Yeah, they're calling for we're supposed to have.
We already have a bunch of snow on the ground.
Yeah, we do have a bunch on the ground right now. We're supposed to have another 7 to 10 inches one day, and then I think another 3 to 6 another day.
Cool. So that's epic.
No, Futuristic Casper says it's her face paint. Cool.
So, Darby Allin won the match. This was a TNT title match, so I think we were all just expecting Darby to win. He used a coffin drop for the pinfall victory. And then we have his John Moxley promo. He says, I'm not surprised that Kenta shot me from behind. On February 26th, I'm going to dump Kenta on his head. But tonight,
wait.
Tonight!
Let's stop here, okay? Before you get through.
Okay.
Did they tell Moxley to, tone it down and not use language?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know why they would do that, but...
Well, obviously he was using language. I mean, foul language.
Oh, well...
Because he was speaking and everybody could understand him. That was the language going on.
I don't know, maybe. Maybe Tony had a little talk with him backstage and went, hey, look, we just need you to... You're about here, okay? We need you to bring it down to about here, okay? So if you could just do that, and by, bring it down a notch, we mean, the language. Like you keep your energy, but, language, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's what I was wondering is...
Well, he didn't say in his promo, you know?
Well, because he,
I mean, maybe he did.
His promo was, totally toned down from when when he said, I'm going to drop him on his head, I thought he was going to say something else there. And there was something else he said that I was like, I can't believe he didn't, drop another,
word.
Say something else.
You got me, man.
How you doing, Danny? We're doing good.
So he says, tonight's match isn't sanctioned though. It's, just for fun. It's just a for fun match. So let's go roll some, let's go beat people up.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So yeah, that was that.
Jack says it's as cold here as it is for you in the Gleen homestead. However, the snow is not settling. I don't like it when it becomes all icy, so that's okay, I guess. Jack, right now, I think we are at minus... I'll tell you what our temperature is right now, Jack.
Well, it's so cold that we needed to get a heater for the kitchen.
It's so freaking cold, my temperature gauge on my phone says, wow, I'm broke. Right now it feels like -7 outside.
Well, that's a little bit of a step up from the -4 the other day.
Well, that's good because Saturday and Sunday is supposed to be like -10 for a high.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So we then have Sammy Guevara backstage, and he tells the Inner Circle, look, I just need a minute with MJF. Just can you give us a minute? So everybody gets kicked out except the camera guy, and Sammy's like, look.
Yeah, I love how he did that.
Look.
All of you leave? No, not you, camera guy.
You stay here. He's like, look.
It would have been better if the camera guy would have went out the door, and then all you would have heard was thud, 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 and then he walks out.
That would have been hilarious if he left the camera there. Man, anyways. So, he's like, look, Max. I see what you're trying to do, okay? I see it. I'm not sure how all these other people don't see it, but I see it. You are trying to take over the Inner Circle. And then MJF is like, no, Sammy, no. You see, I see that you are trying to take...
It's going to get icy in some places.
That you are trying to take over the Inner Circle. And Sammy's like, what? So MJF then tricks Sammy into saying, I hate Jericho, totally out of context. And MJF has been recording the conversation the entire time. Well, then Sammy is like, are you kidding me, dude? You have been recording this?
Well, first he told just admit it, you don't like Jericho or something like you hate Jericho. So just say it. And he goes, oh, I hate Jericho.
Well, no, he said he was like, I'm not going to say that I hate Jericho.
Yeah, it's something like that.
And so,
MJF
was going to take it out of context and all this stuff. And then it's revealed that MJF has been recording the entire conversation. And Sammy is like, you've been recording the entire conversation? Are you kidding me? Takes the phone, throws it at the wall, completely smashes it.
It was awesome. I loved this was a good segment, I thought.
Then, Sammy proceeds to punch MJF in the stomach. MJF drops to the floor like a baby. And Sammy walks out.
Then he has his ribs all wrapped up when he come back out. It's like, dude, what do you do? Like, kill you almost?
It was good. I like this. I like the whole Sammy thing. I like the whole MJF thing. I like this. This is working.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing with it.
Absolutely.
Sammy Guevara will be a great face. He's a Spanish god. Yes, Diego, I agree. I think that he has some big things ahead of him here.
I think so too.
And I think he's bulked up some.
Maybe. I wasn't paying attention.
I think he's gotten bigger. There's several wrestlers in AEW that have gotten bigger, muscle wise.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. It's a possibility for me in North Carolina. Sorry I'm late. Fell asleep before AEW NXT came on TV here. Well, that's okay, Scott. At least you joined us. That's the important thing. The only camera guy that exists is the one that was meant to catch Taker at Mania versus Michaels. Sammy okay, I need everyone to go outside right now. No, you stay, cameraman. Yeah, it's I wish he should have just kicked the cameraman out too and just had lots of thudding and stuff like that.
Camera guys are invisible, duh.
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody sees them. Sammy Guevara knew he was being recorded. No, he did not, John L. He had no clue. Which is why he threw MJF's.
Why would he throw his own phone into the wall?
Because he was being recorded on his own phone and he didn't realize it.
Oh, man. So,
Can't believe Cameron Grimes put over GameStop. That was hilarious. I still hate the guy. I'll have to check it out.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Neat. I've seen several people talk about Cameron Grimes on Twitter.
Good or bad?
Good, I think. I think that's the context of the tweets.
Good or bad? Well, I think they were good. They said nice things about him.
But it was bad.
But I don't know if it's bad things. So,
whatever.
You know.
But lots of people have been talking about him.
Well, yeah, the good, now everybody's going, do we believe her when we come here to watch this? Like, is she really
No, why would anybody believe anything I say?
Yeah.
Exactly. You told the people that Edge was going to be on Dynamite.
He is. Next week.
We still haven't seen him.
Next week.
So we then get Lee Johnson and Cody Rhodes versus Peter Avalon and Caesar
Bonani.
Him. Yeah, him. I'm going to butcher his name, so I'm not going to say it. Anyways. Yeah, this was fine. This was, this was fine.
I thought this was good. You're putting.
I think the whole point was to put over Lee Johnson.
Well, that's what it was.
And that's what it was.
But the fact again, you had Caesar Bonani being on AEW Dynamite, something you don't see. Mm-hmm. Peter Avalon got on Dynamite.
He was on Dynamite last week, dude.
Well, that's because he's becoming famous.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, but
they're doing this whole Cody Rhodes and Peter Avalon feud for whatever stupid reason. I don't know.
Well, because I think it's okay. Something different. And Cody's trying to put over some of these younger guys and the talent that's not seen, so I'm cool with it.
That's fine. Like I said, the whole point of this was to put over Lee Johnson. He's a part of the Nightmare Family Factory, whatever. He's been training with Cody. And so after they did this whole thing where, Lee Johnson won the match, right? After they had this, post-match promo thing, and he goes through, this is a list of, he thanked the Young Bucks, he thanked, Arn, he thanked...
That was Bonani
Cody.
with Avalon, yes.
He thanked Dustin, and then you had QT Marshall standing in the background. He did not get thanked. QT Marshall was left standing there.
Well, that's because when he was thanking everybody, he was looking around, and QT Marshall was standing behind him, so he couldn't see him.
They're probably gonna do some match or something between the two of them.
Probably.
They're gonna do something with it, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they did after. He thanked the Young Bucks, but not QT Marshall.
Well, that's because that's the easy one to remember.
The Young Bucks, who I don't think had any hand in helping to train him. I mean, they might have, but, I don't know.
Maybe they helped bring him in.
Maybe.
Who knows? James, I got a question for you. What is Grimes' gimmick now? A nerd? Could be. Cena was on Dynamite, yes. He was in the third row. I did see him. Well, no, I didn't, because you can't see him. So does Jericho know? No,
Nope.
Jericho does not know.
Nope.
Wait, that was Bonani with Avalon.
Yep.
Yes. Cameron Grimes is disgraced in North Carolina. James, what's wrong with Cameron Grimes? I like the gimmick.
I don't like him either, but whatever.
Jericho invented knowing, ironically, he's a dumb idiot. I got some good news to share with you. Well, John L., we are here to listen.
Share away.
Yes.
So we have the Young Bucks promo. The Young Bucks are in the back, and they blame the Good Brothers for losing the Tag Team Battle Royal. The Good Brothers then come in and say that they have, their issues were with Private Party, not you guys, okay? We didn't mean to get you guys eliminated. We're sorry. We didn't mean to. And then Gallows and Anderson are like, look, your guys' issue should be with the Inner Circle because Santana and Ortiz are the ones who eliminated Nick in the end, right? So, you should do something about it. The Bucks then go on to say that they're gonna defend the tag team titles next week against Santana and Ortiz. And then they're all like, yeah, we're all, Bullet Club. And Matt is very hesitant to do it.
So,
but Nick does it. Nick throws it up and does the whole, too sweet thing with the Good Brothers, but Matt doesn't.
So we're on a collision course for the Young Bucks versus the Good Brothers.
Yeah. We were talking about this when we were getting dinner.
Are we going to get them at a huge pay-per-view with New Japan Wrestling?
Well, that's kind of what we were talking about. It's like...
And AEW all together at one, this summer or something?
What we were talking about was I don't know that... I said I don't know that... I don't know that the Young Bucks are going to be champs going into Revolution based on the fact that if they were going to, you would think that they would do the Good Brothers because the Good Brothers is the bigger match, and who cares about Jericho and MJF versus the Young Bucks? But then that's when you were like, okay, well, maybe they're saving it for, like, the bigger pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Which they very well could be doing.
Yeah.
But I still think there's a good chance that, like, the Young Bucks might not be champs going into the pay-per-view.
Well, they might not. But I'm thinking that we're headed on a collision course for them. And maybe that's how, I don't know, is Matt the one that has the messed up knee?
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to go get it fixed. But then that puts him out like 4 to 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Who knows? This keyboard is being very Jericho. Yeah, I hate when my keyboard's a Jericho. Now anything goes wrong, I just say it's a Jericho.
It's a Jericho.
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling people, you Jericho!
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang. That's a good one, Jack. We're going to steal that. I'm going to
How you doing, Zando? Thought the Too Sweet thing would be copyrighted by WWE. Apparently not. They forgot to do that. I'm sure that Vince is going to get right on that now. New Japan, Impact Wrestling, and AEW, they had to be working together before this all started. Well, if you listen to Don Callis, he says it's been in the makings for 4 years now.
Well, Don Callis is a buffoon. But
whether that's real or not, I do not know. Because it makes sense.
I think it's a Don Callis thing.
Well, the thing is they all have connections with each other.
Well, they do. They might
so
have
it could have been in the works for a while. They talked about it, and
it was just a matter of getting
once
AEW off the ground.
got off the ground and everything was going on, then it all kind of fell into place.
Yeah.
Sammy will cost MJF and Jericho the tag titles. I was thinking the same thing, Jared. I was thinking that's what's going to end up costing MJF and Jericho the titles.
Or
Sammy.
The other thing that I said was, Jericho and MJF win the tag titles, and then Sammy and somebody else teaming together take the tag titles from them.
Yeah.
I think it would make more sense for Sammy to cost them the tag team titles, but I think they could easily have Sammy and a tag team partner of his choosing take the tag titles off of MJF and Jericho as well.
Well, I just want to see...
I think the singles matches would be bigger.
I want to see Hager leave and go with Sammy, and then their tag team's going to be Sammy Hager. So,
yeah.
I think that would be cool. And then they bring out Sammy Hager as their manager.
Thank you. Anything that is a Jericho is
stupid. The promo Jericho cut on his Roomba was funny. Jericho does some good stuff. I just wish he wasn't an idiot outside of wrestling.
That's kind of what has killed him for me.
Yeah.
Okay, not that I'm like totally against Jericho, but he's a buffoon, okay? He is stupid.
He's a Jericho.
He is stupid.
He's Jericho.
Completely and utterly idiotic. Like, I do not even... Stupid, okay? Stupid. That is what he is.
Stupid. Are y'all watching Takeover Vengeance? Yes, James. I'll watch it. I watch everything.
I don't want to watch
except for NXT.
I don't want to watch it, though. The thing is, like, I don't want to watch it.
Why?
Because I have better things to be doing than wasting 2 hours of my life on a Takeover. Not that it's going to be bad or anything, but, like, I'm just not interested.
Well, I'll watch it. I'll be watching it, James.
I don't know. I'm very torn on NXT right now because...
I don't blame you.
The whole thing is, like, I just don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Like, if I have the option to choose AEW or NXT...
You're choosing...
Clearly,
AEW.
I'm choosing AEW.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Like, that's why it's so difficult for, like, when we were doing shows and stuff, the both shows at the same time, it's like, I want to pay attention to AEW. Because for me, personally, I feel like what they're doing on AEW is better than NXT.
I agree.
So, it's really hard.
If they had NXT on another night, we'd probably watch it and do a show on it.
But they don't.
They don't.
So, yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on that. Not that, I hate NXT or anything. I'm just not currently interested in watching it.
Yeah.
So.
Whatever we see in the women from New Japan. The women from New Japan are going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, they're going to be...
Because I think a lot of them are still in Japan.
Which I'll kind of talk about that in a minute.
Be right back, gluing hair on my head, then putting Gorilla Glue on my head. Oh, Scott, you kill me. Do you think NXT will get better when the fans are back? Well, I think wrestling. I think in general, I think will get better when fans come back.
But personally, no, because I think blaming it on not having fans is.
Well, I think blaming it on not having fans is stupid.
Right now. I think blaming the product isn't good right now because they have no fans is a stupid reason, because the product was like this before they lost fans. And so, has it gotten a little bit worse? Like, by worse, I say they're just reusing things over and over again, like to a point where it's like I want to smack my head against the wall. Yeah, that's what I mean by that. But I don't think it's going to get any better when we get fans back.
I don't think so either. The thing is, it's about the storylines. If you have the storylines, then they're good. I mean, that's the huge part of it. So. NXT is amazing. I just can't get into AEW, though. The thing about AEW is...
I'm kind of the opposite. I really like AEW, and I feel like I can't get into NXT. I think that's why I like AEW, because it's just different. It's different from the other product that we have during the week to watch. And so it's, like, refreshing to watch AEW on Wednesday, and it's like the highlight of my week is watching AEW. You know, so it's, I don't know. I just really like AEW.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing. I like all the gimmicks and stuff. It's different. It's inclusive to everybody. I think it's cool. So, I much prefer AEW over NXT.
Yeah. I agree. NXT is amazing. I just can't get into it. Oh, I already read that. I might watch it. I usually skip because of the Velveteen Dream thing, but I'm realizing I'm letting him ruin it for me. Yes, Jack, don't skip it because of Velveteen.
Sure.
So, the press release is pretty funny. I haven't seen it.
For what?
For Vengeance. Or whatever it is. Whatever Takeover is. Vengeance, is that right?
I feel the talent of NXT is not at the level it was a few years ago. Maybe that's what it is, like, for me, why I just can't get into it, because I feel like you're right in a sense of the talent isn't at the level that it was a few years ago, but I feel like it's just because they're not using them, they're not doing anything with them, and what they've done with them is the same crap over and over and over and over and over again, and it's like, it's really hard to watch, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, but I think the huge part of it is, again, it's the storylines, and then they move people up, move people around, and then don't focus on things, and it's one of those things that when you don't tell good stories, it kills you. When you move talent around and then move talent back, and then like you have no clue what you're doing, I think that kills you.
Like, one example of that, of like moving the talent around and then moving them backwards, is Rhea.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley. I thought she was great when they first started really doing things with her on NXT. And then they decided to move her over and do the crap with Charlotte. And then they brought that to NXT. And then she just dropped off the face of the earth. And then they brought her back on NXT, and I feel like it wasn't as good as when she first started on NXT, and the whole Charlotte thing completely screwed her up. And so I don't know, that whole situation of moving her and then bringing her back did her no good.
Yeah.
No good whatsoever. In fact, I think it just shattered her confidence, and so it was just it ruined it.
Yeah.
So don't do it. You should have just left her there and should have left her alone and never have done the stuff that you did.
I agree.
And I might still be interested.
AEW is still trash for them treating their women like garbage. Only one women's match a week. Don't get me wrong. Thunder Rosa match was the fire, but that's it.
But the thing about it is they're working with limited talent. I think the AEW women's division has a lot of room to improve. But the issue that they're working with right now is that they don't necessarily have the roster that they want, based upon the fact that you have people stuck in Japan, stuck wherever they're at. It's so I don't know. I feel like they're in a very tough spot right now.
Yeah.
Because
well,
they just don't have
but
enough.
the thing is, are they any different than WWE?
Well, no, but I feel
I mean,
like...
WWE puts the same people out there every week.
Well, WWE does, but I feel like that is...
So is it any better if they're just going to like keep showing Charlotte and Lacey and Charlotte and Asuka and Charlotte and Nia and Shayna? If it's just those same people being out there every week, is that any better?
No, not really.
Blaming the fans for the product stinking is not the way to go. Definitely not, Scott. Gina from The Mandalorian was fired today. She got fired from The Mandalorian?
Yeah, because she said some really stupid things on Instagram. Well, really stupid.
I don't know which one Gina is.
I'd
have to watch The Mandalorian.
This chick.
What'd she say?
Stupid things.
Well, she's gonna be in WWE next week. NXT been doing a little bit better. They're doing different storylines. Well, that's the big thing, John L, is if they do the different storylines.
A buffoon. You know, 90% of these people, they get fired from their jobs. If they would just kept their mouth shut in the first place, they wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stupid! Sometimes you just need to keep your mouth shut and not say anything.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Because...
Stupid!
Yes. Yes. Stupid.
Gina, as in Gina Carano? Yeah.
Yes. Her.
They said, peace out, Girl Scout.
So, yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe she's not a Girl Scout since she said something.
The UFC lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, her. So, we then have Dasha and Hangman Page backstage chatting. Paige says, "I'm not a team with Matt Hardy. We're not a team. Okay, that was just a 1 week thing. Like, we're not a team. Okay,
it was a one-off.
That's it. We're not friends. We're not buddies. We're not a team. We're not anything. Okay.
I don't even like him.
Yep. Nope. Don't like him. So then Matt comes up and is like, but Hangman, we're magic. Look, I rented out a bar, and I'm gonna pay for everything. Let's just go hang out. Hangman is like, okay, yeah, fine, cool, sure. And then Hangman runs into the Dark Order. They look so sad. They were like,
can't believe you didn't.
Hey, Hangman, how you doing? How's it going? Catch you on the flip. Bye, Hangman. And that was the extent of that.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
But it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I like the segment.
John Silver kills me every time. He was the one who was like, I'll catch you on the flip.
Yeah.
And then he was like, stupid. Why did I say that? That was dumb. It was really funny. So yeah. We then have Pac, or Pac, however you say it.
Versus, it should have been me! His brother.
Ryan Nemeth. Ryan Nemeth has been on AEW a couple times in
the Hollywood hunk.
the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He did that match with Hangman Page. Was that last week or the week before? I don't even remember.
He's had more TV time than his brother.
Not wrong. And then he also did some stuff on Dark. So, he's been pretty prominent over the last couple of weeks. Pac won.
Maybe this is how they're trying to lure his brother over. You think? Let's show off his brother, and then we'll bring over,
Then they can tag.
We'll bring him in.
It'll be epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had that. So.
I thought it was a solid match. Again, I think this is one of those things where you have Pac versus out there, and Ryan Nemeth is out there, and I think it's
Nemeth.
something. What'd I say?
Nemeth. Ryan Nemeth.
I would rather just say, it should have been me's brother. I think it's. I think it's one of those things that it's a match that's put out there, and I'm cool with that. I think it's interesting that they're doing things like this. Sorry to bash y'all's favorite show, but I speak the truth when it comes to the women.
But the thing is,
But James, the
WWE
women,
is
look at the
same
women's
boat.
division everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, none of them are being used right.
Yeah. Very true, Mr. G, very true. AEW using wrestlers from other promotions instead of their own is still a problem. I think New Japan AEW full partnership will never happen. How is it a problem, though?
I don't know that they're ever going to look for a full partnership. I think this is about... First off, New Japan Wrestling is trying to establish themselves here in the States.
And all, yeah.
So, and I think because of the connections they have with AEW, with the Young Bucks and Omega and Cody, but I mean, especially, you know, the Young Bucks and Omega.
Yeah.
I think that because of those connections, that's why AEW is trying to help them out.
Well, but the thing is, like, I don't see how using talent from other promotions is a bad thing. I still think that they're getting their people across. And I don't know, they really aren't using that many people from other promotions. I mean, you have the Good Brothers that are doing some promo segments and stuff. They're not having matches. You had Kenta, who came in and did this show.
Have a good one, Danny.
Like, who else is there? I mean, you have
Thanks for stopping by.
Thunder Rosa, who is from NWA, but NWA isn't doing anything at the moment, and they needed more people to fill out the women's roster.
Yeah.
You have some independent people who have come in to do, you know, one-off matches. I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly how many people they've really brought in, you know, to like take spots from people.
Well, the thing is I think that because they allow their wrestlers, you know, the non-big roster people, they can go wrestle in other places.
Yeah. They're just not.
And even some of their big name wrestlers are going, you know, like Moxley going over to New Japan and wrestling there. So I don't know that it's, you know, any different than them going other places. I mean, I think it adds interest to storylines is what I think it does.
Yeah.
Night Wrestle Story sending with love to y'all. Thank you, Danny.
Yeah.
I'd say the only guy they overuse is Jericho. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things is Jericho gets used a lot. But even with Jericho, because of the storyline he's in, I mean, because I think you have to have him out there because he is part of the Inner Circle. And to get the Inner Circle storyline out there, you have to have Jericho out there. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you have a lot of options with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I still think they overuse him, but I agree.
Yeah.
I think he's out there. You know, he's somebody that you can bank on being on the show every week.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's fine. And I don't have any issue with that. But, I mean, I get what Jack's saying with, like, overusing him, you know. Thunder Rosa. But the thing with Thunder Rosa, I feel, is they needed to bring somebody in who, whether it was, you know, whether it was some just independent wrestler or, you know, somebody, they need more women. And Thunder Rosa is big name, and she's been heard of, and she's been a big deal for women's wrestling. So I don't necessarily have an issue with them using her either. And like I said, NWA isn't doing anything. No. So, you know, more often than not, they really haven't mentioned NWA a ton on their show when she's been out there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't necessarily see an issue with her being used on the show either.
Hideo Itami is meh. Bring in Hakata or Bushi, and then the conversation will be different. Until then, nah. I have a feeling that you may end up seeing them.
Well, the whole thing with Hideo Itami is
it all ties into Moxley.
That's the whole thing, and then you also have Kenny Omega and the whole Bullet Club thing, and that's the whole reason they, you know.
That's why he's brought in.
Yeah.
They've not got a huge roster from Japan they can use. Yeah. So, I shared the show, guys. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Even though you don't like AEW.
So, Pac won. That's fine. I don't know what they're doing with Pac, but okay.
Yeah.
It's cool. It is what it is. We then have a recap of the wedding.
I'm glad they recapped this.
Miro is doing a voiceover and talks about the betrayal of Charles. But then he goes on to blame Orange Cassidy. And then Orange Cassidy is like, what did they think was going to happen? This is the wedding. Fools. So, that was that. I thought it was funny.
Hideo Itami couldn't cut it in WWE because he was hurt constantly. It wasn't bad booking, but he's never wowed me as a wrestler ever. Again, I think it's just one of those things where I think he's big enough in Japan. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I think this is the whole idea behind this is to try and push New Japan Wrestling here in the States a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
With them now having a deal with, is it Pluto?
Or Roku?
Yeah, Roku, that's it. They're going to have with their channel coming on Roku. I think that the whole idea is to try and get that out there.
Yeah.
The problem is we are dealing with a global pandemic. AEW has wrestlers from all over the world. Yes, they do. And that's made it tough.
Mm-hmm. So they're working with what they can get.
The booking for AEW for Miro has been terrible.
I agree. I think it's been bad.
Well,
I don't think it's been good.
But again, I think that he's probably had some sort of say in what he's doing.
Probably, and if that's what he wants, then that's fine. I don't want to say otherwise, but I don't like what they've done with him. It's not been that great in my opinion, but it is what it is.
Yeah. In Japan, his name is Kenta. Does that mean we should shout it? Yes. Kenta. There. It's Roku, Mr. G. Well, I knew it was one of those.
New
Because
Japan.
Pluto TV's added some more wrestling on their programming too.
New Japan can't get over here in the States being on TV at early hours in the morning. The thing about the Roku deal, I think, is that they're going to have it on later. They're showing some stuff later.
Well, and then they actually have a New Japan. What is it? If you go to Fight TV, they've got a New Japan.
They have like a website
New Japan
and stuff.
Something.
That you can watch stuff on.
Yeah. But there's something that takes place here in the States. New Japan America or something like that. New Japan Wrestling America, or I don't know what it's called. But it's on Fight TV and you have to pay for it. So I wonder if the Roku deal will have some of that stuff on there. AEW might have gotten me to continue watching it. AEW might be my next favorite show. Well, it should be futuristic. Well, how about we call you futuristic?
I don't know if I sound dumb saying this, but I think Kenny shouldn't be champ. No, you don't sound dumb saying it. Everybody has different opinions, and that's really cool.
I think having him as champ right now works out perfect.
It doesn't make a difference to me whether he's champ or not.
No, right now him being champ is perfect for what he's doing.
Well, like I said, it doesn't make a difference to me whether he's champion or not. Like it doesn't bother me that he's champ. I don't have an issue with it.
I just think that it's perfect. I think it works out really well.
New Japan World, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's what it is.
Anyways.
See, it's like America, like
no, America,
World America, same thing. Speaking of Kenta, who started using the GTS, Punk or Kenta? I don't know. New Japan Wrestling wasn't happy with Kenny wearing a Bullet Club shirt at Impact's Hard to Kill. I think they'll get over it, especially if it brings eyes to their product. What about Diana Purrazzo coming into AEW? Or Peralta? Purrazzo. I would say she could come in and do something.
I wouldn't have an issue with it. I think that I think it'd be cool.
What if the whole idea is to have Tony Khan buy Impact Wrestling?
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it might, but I don't think that's going to happen.
So, I don't know. All right, so then we get...
Dasha backstage with Jericho.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Santana and Ortiz report that MJF was in the trainer's room, and MJF says that Sammy punched him and probably broke a rib.
Ew.
I think that was a little lower than your ribs, but whatever.
He's a sissy.
Whatever. So we then get Jericho and MJF versus the Acclaimed. I know some people think the Acclaimed are like goofy and like they don't like their gimmick, but I think they're funny. And so I like them, and I want to see more of them. But Jericho and MJF won, and that's cool. I get it. It's for the story. Jericho won with the Judas Effect.
Yes.
So.
And then.
And then Sammy came out, and Jericho's like, dude, what's your issue? Like, please, what is your problem? Okay, why did you punch Max in the stomach? Like, please. And Sammy's like, dude, I warned you, okay? I warned you, Jericho, that if one more thing happened with MJF, I'm gone. I'm done. Well, guess what? One more thing happened. So you know what? I'm done. I quit the Inner Circle. Mic drop, and he walks out. And Jericho is like,
this was a good segment. So is he done for good?
yes. I think.
Or is this going to be they're going to bring him back next week and talk him into coming back?
Okay, well, I think there's a chance that this is like it and like he's done, but I also think there's a chance that they're gonna bring him back next week and do something. Jericho's gonna be all like, look, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it, okay? We're gonna fix it. Like, what do I need to do to like get you to join the Inner Circle again? And then he's gonna be all like, kick MJF out, and Jericho's gonna be like, but I can't do that. And then,
if you notice, MJF was smiling during this.
it's his whole
He
plan.
had a little smirk on his face.
His whole plan was to get Sammy out of the group.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because everybody will listen to MJF, and then MJF will just sort of like take over.
Yeah.
You know?
America, our Super Bowl champs for the 55th time in a row. Yes, Jack. America is the Super Bowl champion again. We will never lose the Super Bowl. Ever.
Never. Because it's not possible.
Yeah, because, the NFL is only in America.
Football.
Yeah.
So.
He's going to pull a Jay White and come back next month.
Show.
Who y'all got? Kushida or Johnny at Vengeance? Johnny.
Probably Johnny, but
yeah.
I don't know what's happening with the story, so probably Johnny though. So we then have Matt Hardy and Hangman Page at a bar. Hardy is like, we're magic, dude. We are magic, okay? We need to team together, okay? We are magic. And Page is like, I don't know. No. He is like drunk though. Like, he's wasted. So Hardy keeps like, tossing out all of his drinks. So he's like, sober.
Isn't it kind of ironic that they brought Matt Hardy into the whole Hangman Page drinking thing and his brother had some issues?
I never even put that together. So then Hardy...
We're like brothers! You and me, Hangman. I know what it's like. I can help you out.
That's really funny. Like, I never even, put two and two together. Anyways. So then Hardy ends up pulling out a contract and gives it to Paige. Paige tosses out the contract, and then Hardy gave him another one. And they both signed this contract. And Hardy was like, look, I have this camera here for, proof and stuff, so we have it on film, so, we know that he did it, because, he's probably going to be a bit angry with me when he, is...
Sobers up.
Sober, and he's going to be a bit angry.
This is what Matt did with his brother.
And... oh, man. So,
It was a parody of Tom Brady being so drunk today.
Dude,
I saw that, Jack.
See that video?
Yes.
He was like, jeez, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's on the contract? It says...
Stuff.
That you will do as I say for the next 6 months.
It's going to be something bad, I think.
What about Tommy Dreamer coming to AEW? Considering I think he's on his last hurrah, and I could see him going to AEW just to finish out his career.
Just to do a one-off match.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's already working with Impact.
Yeah.
It's like a big deal in Impact, so I wouldn't say never.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that Paige is going to be a bit upset when he realizes what happened. I don't quite think this is, legal, but, whatever.
Well, I like what they're doing with it. I think it's an interesting storyline.
Oh, man. I think so, too. But, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. Maybe the Dark Order is what saves Paige's butt.
Could be.
From the evil Matt Hardy.
Yeah. Matt's kind of went away from, private parties, so what's going on with that?
I don't know. He doesn't like them anymore. He likes Hangman better, obviously. He made him sign a contract.
Yeah, I guess. Eric Young versus Darby Allin. Imagine Eric Young versus Darby Allin. That would be interesting, too. I think that could be an interesting match.
Show. We're going to have Tony Schiavone with Sting.
And here's what Sting said.
Hey, Sting! You get Taz on the stupid screen. Team Taz is like, hey, buddy. Stingaroo. We got your friend. Okay? We're going to go have a little fun. And then we pan to Darby Allin in a body bag. Hooked to the back of the car. and then they drive off.
That dude's just dumb.
Like, Darby Allin is literally, like, I kid you not, like, there's, like, you know, a rope or a string or whatever hooked to the back of the car. Darby Allin is on the road in a body bag, hooked to the rope, and he's being dragged across the pavement.
Yeah. Darby Allin.
Darby! Man. Wow. I don't know, man. To, like, be, like, hey, you know what I want to do today, Tony? I want to be put in a body bag, and I would like you guys to drag me across the road, like, while I'm in the body bag.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, I'll sign off on that.
Yeah.
All right.
The Rock is going to be on Jimmy Fallon talking about his new show, Young Rock, premiering next Tuesday. It looks pretty interesting. I was so drunk once, I woke up with a broken nose, last day of sixth form. I think that's equivalent of the last day of high school. But Brady was another level.
He could barely walk.
He kind of killed his squeaky clean image, didn't he?
Oh, man.
The GOAT just became the drunk. A UPS driver was shot and killed today. What the hell is wrong with people? Well, James, people are dumb, okay? And don't have a clue. What about the Motor City Machine Guns coming to AEW?
I wouldn't have an issue with it.
Again, anything where they can do some crossover stuff, I think it'd be cool.
Chris Sabin, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Show. We then have Thunder Rosa versus Layla Hirsch for the, the tournament? The Eliminator tournament? Thunder Rosa won. It was a really good match. I know. It was good.
Well, I knew who was going to win, so
think so too.
But it was a good.
I think that we're going to get Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker again in the semifinals or whatever. That's what I think is going to happen.
I agree.
And I think that Thunder Rosa might go over her.
I agree.
And then we might get. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get after that. So yeah, that was that. Thunder Rosa won. I have no issue with it. I think she needed to move on in the tournament. We then get Tony Schiavone with Jungle Boy backstage, and he's like, I can't wait to get my hands on FTR.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was this. It was fine. It was a promo. It was Jungle Boy. I don't think I've heard him speak very much.
Jack's naming his first kid is going to be Tom Brady McMorrow, even if it's a boy or a girl. The girl's going to be like Dad.
Why'd you name me Tom?
I don't know. This is just stupid.
Man.
I thought Private Party was challenging the Good Brothers for the Impact Tag Titles. Never mind. It's going to be a No Surrender. Yes.
So?
No Surrender is when it's happening.
We then get announced for next week, FTR versus Matt and Mike Sydal. Matt Sydal has a brother named Mike who looks very similar to him, and they're fighting.
Well, it's a good thing they're brothers.
Next week. Like, literally, though. They look so similar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a good thing they're brothers.
It's like the same thing with...
or he could be a stunt double for him.
It's the same thing with...
That's what he should say.
With...
Is, like, when he made his appearance where he slipped and fell. He should go, my brother. That wasn't me.
That was my brother.
That was my brother. He kidnapped me, locked me up, and it was him.
Oh, man. So we're getting that next week, so that should be fun. We're getting Hangman Page, Matt Hardy, and Private Party versus TH2 and Chaos Project. Sting is going to call out Team Taz. Don't know why we needed to announce that, but whatever.
Well, because he's going to come out and he's going to go, hey, Sting!
We're getting Serena Deeb versus Riho in the Eliminator Tournament, and we're getting the Young Bucks versus Santana Ortiz for the Tag Team Championships.
Yeah. I think next week could be interesting. Don't you? No, it's a pregnant woman with stuff found stuffed in a suitcase again with the what the hell is with people in the United States. James, we're screwed up. That's not his brother. It's his clone. Yeah, that too. Daughter, your name is Tom Brady. Tom Brady. James T. Kirk McMorrow.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
Cool.
Well, at least that way, James, Jack, you can, like, just name all your kids that. And then you could call one Tom, one Brady.
One James.
One James.
One T.
One T and one Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
You got 5 kids right there that can have the same name. You just call them different name.
Ah, man. So, we then get the main event, Kenny Omega and Kenta versus Jon Moxley and Lance Archer. they did some stupid stuff in this match. That moonsault with the
with Lance Archer.
Well, no, not the trash. It was Kenny Omega who did the moonsault.
Oh yeah,
with the
that one.
Trash can.
Yeah.
That was really smooth.
Yeah.
Like, and he was holding on to the trash can. I was like, well, that was really smooth. Like, he didn't drop it or anything, and it was really smooth. The spot where Kenny Omega was thrown into the heart-shaped thing that what's his butt was sitting on, Peter Avalon, outside the ring.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know that Kenny Omega was supposed to hit it like that hard, but or in that spot, because he was kind of like, ow, and it didn't sound like good.
Yeah.
But yeah. The spot in the back on the metal thingies, the referee had to hold them together because they're on wheels. They were in, like, the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the referee was standing there trying to hold them together. And that was pretty good.
Well, overall, I thought this was a good match. Even, like, the segment where Jake got involved.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jake was all over the place during this entire match. Like, he was everywhere. And then I was like, oh, I get it. It's because he's doing something at the end. So when he finally got down and did the thing at the end, I was like, okay, this makes sense as to why it was all like,
the thing is, considering the guy can barely walk, I thought this segment with him was good.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I was just like, you know, he was just kind of all over the place. You know,
it didn't look like it was, you know, totally fake or anything like that. So, I thought it was good. I'm moving away from these crazy people here in the United States. I don't blame you, James. Aja Kong is a beast. I bet it's Nyla versus Aja in the finals. I call it. It could be. And Janelle, maybe that's where we get Vicky Guerrero coming back. And she sides with Aja. I don't live in the United States. I live in Hawaii. You wish, Jack. You were just talking about how cold it is there. It's not that cold in Hawaii. If you were in Hawaii, you'd be going, man, it's nice here. And not freezing. So yeah. Again, I thought this last match I thought was done well. Mm-hmm. And considering Jake can't walk and has issues, I thought it was good. So Nia Jax botched herself. And she's become like a big star because of it.
Dude, she was trending on Twitter for a solid day. After this whole incident. Like, a day. And there's still people putting stuff up about it today. So, apparently that's all it took to get Nia Jax over.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good for her. I don't know that this is necessarily what she wanted to be over for, but good for her.
Yep, good for her.
So Kenny Omega and Kenta won. This is after, you know, the Good Brothers came out to help him, and they did this, like, you know, whole thing with Jake, and it was fine. It was, you know, it was cool. I have no issue.
Yep.
I don't live in the United States. I live in Hawaii. Jack, Hawaii is part of the United States.
James, he's making fun of, there was some Trump supporter.
Who said
like,
that? Who was
said,
like,
before the election was
if Biden
saying,
gets elected, I'm moving out of the U.S. I'm moving to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, dude, you idiot. Hawaii is a part of the U.S., you buffoon. Ah, man. So, yeah, that's idiotic people.
Pretty much.
Idiotic people. Where's Big Swole? I don't know. Big Swole hasn't been around.
Yeah, missing. It's 23 there now.
I mean here.
I was going to say, it's not 23 here. I wish it was.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
Because I could walk outside, you know, and like...
Not be cold?
In my
Dude,
shorts.
I went out to get the mail from the mailbox earlier, and I didn't put a coat on or anything. I was wearing this.
And it's cold.
A sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And jeans, and it was a bit chilly. I was
well,
like,
that's
why did I...
because they say,
and there wasn't even any mail in the mailbox.
They say you can freeze in, like, 10 minutes or something like that.
There wasn't even any mail in the mailbox. And I walked my butt out there in the freezing cold to get the non-existent mail from the mailbox because it hadn't come yet.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
So, all right.
That's it. That's all I got.
I don't think we have anything else today.
Nope. I don't think so.
Kind of a short, sweet, fast
We will
show.
be back. Back on Friday.
I felt tonight moved pretty smoothly.
I think so too.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Went pretty quick.
Yeah. I think so.
So, all right, guys. We'll We'll be back Friday with SmackDown. Until then.
The Roman show. Can't wait.
Until then, peace out, everybody.